Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Can you hear me and see me okay? Am I doing the screens and all that good stuff right? I always have to ask. It is so good to see you all. It's been a pretty good day. I'm kind of tired today. Went with Dad. We were gone most of the day. But okay, Shannon. All right. You you tell Sarah hi for me. Give her a hug. Hugs to both of you. Okay, I'm going to go back to the top. I know there were some people, but it's not in here. Pam, she has changed her name, but Pam, hi to you. And then Blind Kill, hello to you. Y'all were here early. Leanie is here. Izzy, Doggy Life is here. Debbie is here. And Naomi, wow, she has been gone. I don't know what took you away, but I'm glad you're back. And let me play you a little tune. Thank you and welcome to membership. I so appreciate that. Hello, Joan. How are you tonight, Joan? I hope you're not doing too bad. Gracie, good to see you, my friend. And Mary. Oh, she's going to be lurking tonight. Mary has finally tested negative, so she is recovering now. You can get into recovery mode, hun. Please. Yes, I know you have been gone for a while. And Mimi is here. Hello, Mimi. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I do, I don't mean to. Yes, we're all very glad to see you, Mimi, Tammy, and all of us. Oh, and there's Kathy. Kathy came in. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Kathy. How's it going? Are you guys getting more snow? We have some bad weather coming in the next few days. So everybody be careful out there with your weather, please. Crafty Mama Liz, hi. How are you tonight? Oh, hey. How have you been? What are you doing tonight? I'm so glad you came by. Oh, I've been missing you. I guess you've been busy with your grands. There is Fern/Rudy. How are you? Maribel. Hi, Maribel. I'm getting closer to the bottom. And Shannon and Annie's here. Good evening, Annie. How are you today? What are you up to? What's everybody drinking? What's everybody working on? Hi, Nancy Mack. Good to see you. There's Lorna. Hey, everybody's here tonight. Woo, y'all coming to see me. Thank you for coming, hanging out with each other. How awesome. Sharon, I'm so glad to see you. Hey, RT, how are you tonight? And Nightbot made it. I got to put my fan on. We have been warm. Everywhere we went today, we had our air conditioner running. Yes, Lorna, so glad to see you. She says, had a lot going on. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, Naomi. I wondered if that is what had happened. I know you were taking care of him. Well, I'm so sorry for your loss. So sorry. I didn't want to say anything, but I kind of wondered if that's what had happened. Good as can be, she says. Okay, well, Maybe you need some blood work. I don't know. I hope it gets better soon. Hey, Ola Joe, I saw you had a video earlier. I'll have to go check that out. I was getting ready over here, but I will go and see what you found. Yes, prayers to everyone. Naomi, Joan, anybody who is hurting, you've lost people, everybody, absolutely. There's Pam. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Tamara's here. Hi, Tammy. I know. It happens, though. Sometimes it just happens. I've gone on some really long trips myself, um, where it just happened, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do something, because I hope you missed being here and being online. I hope you missed that and that you want to come back and and do it. But if not, it's okay. We're glad to have you here. I bet you did a lot of stuff, huh? Bet you got a lot of projects done. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Good to see you. And by the way, everybody who does make videos, if you would like, you can put the word teal in the chat and it will drop your channel for you. Just cold. Okay. Yeah, I think we're fixing to get some crazy, crazy wind this next week. Oh, you lost your dog in your, oh. Something must have been very wrong with her. I'm so sorry. Oh. You are very welcome. Izzy. Ah. Well, maybe you can take it apart and add another yarn to it and make it be like a design element. Yes, so sorry to hear it. I'm so glad we're all here and we can have some time to kind of distract us talking about other things and having this community and being around everybody and talking, and it just helps. It just at least I really want it to help, and I hope it does. More hats. Good. Thin wool makes yarn. I was looking at my thin yarns. Yes, if you didn't see my video where I don't have it up here on my desk because I've got everything spread out for tonight. But we're going to have to talk about what we're going to do, what I'm going to do with that book that I showed y'all. Most of those patterns, those vintage patterns that I had shown, they take a lot of yarn. So it's going to take me some figuring out how I'm going to do some of that. Yeah. We just love them. I'm going to have to break it to Serbs that I got a new chair today. No more snuggles in my chair. I finally broke down and got a new recliner. I've been farting around with about 42 chairs in this building, from my barber chair to chairs I brought from my dad's to a chair I bought and now anyway. And I love having him laying there at my feet when I'm working on stuff. But I got to be comfortable. I've got shoulder pain. I've got to be comfortable. So I got a new chair. But he is not going to like not being able to get up there. He is not going to like it one bit. And I know it. Hey, Connie. I almost flipped right past you. Good to see you. This is one of my favorite things, y'all, is to come in and say hi to you. I know it takes us a while. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you, Tamra. I'm really glad you're feeling better too. There we go. She put hers in there. Yes. Uh-oh, everybody's putting them in, right? Oh no, so you got to figure out how you want to do all that. Well, just find a quiet corner. Maybe with the spring coming, it'll be nice out on your patio. Take your time, Naomi. Take your time. We're just glad to have you. Yes, you got good news, right? Yes. So nice. Yes. So glad. Okay. You got to start the book. Oh, good. Good, good, good. What'd you think? Okay, so the book we are doing, you guys. Oh, really? I'll have to check it out. We did cover it when it first came, when all of that was happening, we did. It was the Whites, Vicky and Casey White. We sure did. We talked about that. Hey, Tina. Glad you're here. How's it going? Are you working on your Sophies? Yes, absolutely. What'd you think, Lorna? Was it good? I'm going to kind of flip my way down here. Ooh. I know, poor Serbs. I know. There's Joyce. Hi, Joyce. He will, and he has a bed right there by me. Right by me. I can put the foot thing down and he can sit on my feet. He likes to lay on my feet. We can do that sometimes. It's all going to work out. Oh, Annie, what a sweet thing to say. I mean, Pam, your picture and Annie's picture looked kind of alike. Ugh. And plus, I'm doing Restream, which is a little bit different chat for me on this side. She's too heavy. She says, no, we're not doing it. You're too heavy. She a big girl, huh? Oh my gosh. Oh, nice. That's nice. Oh. Oh, you finished it. Oh my goodness. That's cool. Joyce. Oh, look at there. Oh, how cool. Okay, I'm going to do this for Joyce. Thank you so much, Joyce. That's very sweet of you. Oh, I really appreciate that. Yes, welcome everyone. Oh, they're all saying, hey, Tank made it. There's Tank. Yay. Okay, the book is Murder in the Bayou by Ethan Brown. Let me find the picture. Goodness, I've got to clean up my photos. I really need to clean up my photos. Well, here it, that's not it. I'll find it. Wow, where did it go? Can't find it now. But it's Murder in the Bayou by Ethan Brown. Goodness gracious. I know it's on Audible. And I know this one is not everybody can afford to get this book, and I know that not everybody can watch it on the documentary. But I'm going to do my best to cover it so that you won't have to worry about that. But this is what it is. Murder in the Bayou by Ethan Brown. But this isn't the picture we're using for our squares. But that's the book. I was going to show you the picture for our squares. If you go back to last week, the thumbnail that I have for the live has the actual, the color is more like this. It's more a little more tealy color on the book. That's the one we're using for our picture. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Mimi. Do you know I went and looked, and I have some people who've been members for 18 months. I had no idea. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, and Kathy's been for 12. Yes, see, she got her 12-month one. I wish they'd let me do some more. I may have to switch up some of the emojis. And Tank has been for 7 months. Hi, Chelsea. How's it going? Chelsea and I have been making that sourdough. Woo. Yes, happy birthday tomorrow, Tank. Tomorrow is Tank's birthday. I probably will not be around for that because Mr. Fiber and I are going out of town. We're going to Wichita Falls for our anniversary. Tomorrow is our anniversary. Thank you, Lorna. She got her 12 months. She leveled up. So the book is okay. Yeah, I agree with that, Annie. It's a little wordy, isn't it? He's quite the journalist. It's a little wordy for sure. Yeah, I agree. Angela, thank you. Oh, she joined. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Yes, welcome to all the Floozies. You're all Floozies. Oh, Chelsea's saying hi to everybody. You fell sleepless. That's what I do. And then I have to go back. Okay. I think I said hi to everybody. Oh, nope, not everybody. Hi, Connie. Hooking with Connie and DIYs. Good to see you. Aw, she loves her cake, Chels. Thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate that. She's going to make some focaccia. I'm going to make this focaccia she's been making. She said it's not lasting very long at her house. I was trying to get close to the bottom. I just don't know if I'm there yet. Tina says happy birthday too. Oh, yes. I know you were like the second one or first one or something. She got in and got her seat early. Thank you. So our anniversary tomorrow is 19 years married, but this year we will have met each other 20 years ago. So this is our 20 year of being together, but 19 married. I like that. I like that, to the fibers. Oh, you're welcome. Isn't it cute? I'm so glad you liked it. Did Suzanne come in? Hey, there's Suzanne. Okay, I'll try to make it. I can't promise. There's Roseanne. Good evening. So glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to try to get down to the bottom, y'all. Whew, did I make it? I made it. Oh, I was thinking it looked like you. She said that's Art with Connie. So this is her other channel, I guess. Well, that's good. Hi, Sally. Hi. So glad you're here. Okay. I only have a little bit to go over as far as the book. And then I want to tell y'all something that happened this week. I have to tell you about a case that happened here because I talked a little bit about this when it first happened. And I have an update. So I really have to do the update. So I want to cover the first part. Right now, I feel like the best way to tell you some background and get started on the murder in the bayou is to tell you about the first part of the documentary. Let's cover the first part of the documentary because, like Annie said, the first part of the book is so wordy that it's hard to get into what this case is really about. So, no, but he's here. He's right there. Can y'all see him? Haven't named him yet, but he's right there, sitting right behind me. No, I haven't named him yet. Okay, let me bring in my hands. Okay. So, I'm going to sit down and write down all of the stitches that I have done so far. And then when I get done, excuse you, Serbs. Serbs is on the bone. He's waiting for 8 o'clock, which will be here shortly. But I'm working on the scrap blanket. And I added in the mandala, the purple, it's called Chi. I did the block stitch and then I did double crochets. And now I'm doing moss stitch. Now I'm doing moss stitch. So it's a single and then a double. And then you single in the double and double in the single. So that's the one I'm doing now. Okay, so if you're new here, this is how it works. I am going to talk about and read off of my notes and talk about the case, and then I'll come back and I won't see everything in the chat while I'm doing that because I'm looking at my notes. Okay. Hi, Bree. Happy Friday to you. So, Murder in the Bayou, which is based on the book, and Ethan Brown, the author, is actually in the documentary. He helped to produce it, and it is on Showtime. So wherever you have Showtime, whichever, you know, platform that you can find it on, that's what it's on. The story is about the case that happened. It happened in the early 2000s, and it was in Jennings, Louisiana. And this is known as the Jennings 8, the Jeff Davis 8, and Murder in the Bayou came from Ethan's book. You can also find another version, another documentary that came out, and I watched it the other day, and I can't remember what platform it was on, and it's very similar to this documentary. Okay, very similar. But there's actually different, like there's different interviews with different people, and you almost get a different version of the event, not a different version, but get a different perspective on some of the people that are involved, the families. um, it's, in my opinion, Ethan Brown points a huge big old fat finger at law enforcement in his book and in the documentary. And the law enforcement is actually pointing their finger more towards the girls and the side of town they come from, and the fact that they were involved with a lot of drugs. And they sort of point things back to that, more like that south side of town, and it being more their fault than anything to do with law enforcement. That's the way I see this gap happening with this case. And it was interesting to me because of the Lisk, the Long Island serial killer, even long before we knew about Rex Heuermann, how the same thing was happening with the girls on Long Island with those cases. Very similar backgrounds. Some of those girls did drugs. Those girls were turning tricks to make a living. These girls most of these girls were on drugs, and they were turning tricks to get the drugs. So yes, it is what law enforcement would call a risky lifestyle. However, there's this undercurrent going on with this case that is really hard to figure out. And these cases have not been solved either, you guys. They have not been solved. Loretta Chasson was 28, married with 2 children, but she had a drug problem. Some of the time she lived with a girl named Jessica Kratzer. Jessica lived with her mom, and her mom was Barbara, and I don't know if I'm saying Barbara's name right. It was either Dotzel or Drotzel. I'm not really clear on how her name is pronounced. So Loretta sometimes would stay with them, and sometimes she would stay other places. She left a gas station. She went down to a gas station. She was there with Frankie. She was there talking to someone, but Frankie Richard, who is very integral in this whole thing, Frankie showed up and Loretta left with Frankie. She got in the car with Frankie. And on May 20th, 2005, her body was found in a canal. She had been strangled and was partially nude. On June 17th of 2005, there was a second body 6 miles down from Loretta's, and it turned out to be Ernestine Patterson Daniels. Her body was hard to recognize. It took them actually over a month to figure out who it was because they could not identify her. Loretta's death was determined to be undetermined on her paperwork, whereas Ernestine's was called homicide. And that's because she had 3 cuts to her throat. Her throat was cut in 3 places. Now, this has happened in and around Jennings, Louisiana. This is South Louisiana. This is the Jefferson Davis Parish. And in this area, they were really known for their ag and their oil, which really could be a lot like this town here where I'm at. Knox City was ag and oil too. That's what this area is. Very much so. Again, there's a divide between the north and the south. Those that live in the north are the doctors, the lawyers, the business people, the people that have money, people that can afford a nicer house and more property and all of those things. Whereas on the south side, it's unemployed, drugs, and Jessica Kratzer, who is interviewed in the documentary, says that they have a white ghetto and a black ghetto on the south side. Now 8 o'clock. We'll do that in a minute. Y'all don't let me forget. I want to get through my notes first. I just have one more page. Now we slide forward to 2007. There's no murders for 2 years. And there's really nothing happens. As far as the investigation goes, nobody is arrested. There's nothing happens at all. And then in March 18th of 2007, farther out, but still in the parish, I believe it was in the parish. It might have actually been the next parish over. In the Pettyjohn Canal, Kristen Gary Lopez is found. She's 21. And at this point, this is where a girl named Hannah Connor comes into the picture. She was Kristen's friend, and Kristen would come and stay with Hannah, and at times she would go over, and she actually stayed with Jessica and her mom, Barbara, some of the time. There he goes. He's doing his 8 o'clock thing. Now, Hannah's father was Billy, and Billy Connor had a camper, and that was the party camper. So Billy is Hannah's father, and this gets a little confusing, but Billy was the party place. He was Hannah's father. Kristen was having sex and doing crack with Billy in the camper. Frankie Richard lived behind Billy. And Frankie Richard is Hannah's uncle and godfather. So this is all kind of intertwined, y'all. See what I'm saying? It's all kind of intertwined. Now, at the time that all of these murders were happening, Ricky Edwards is the sheriff. Now this will become important. We'll talk more about Ricky Edwards down the road, okay? But Ricky Edwards was the sheriff then all the way up until I believe it was 2012. So that was March. Now we move forward to May. May 12th, 2007, Whitney Dubois is found on Bobby Road. Now she is found in the middle of the roadway in the fetal position. She has marks on her wrist as if she had been possibly restrained. And they really did not say what her cause of death was because she was unrecognizable. They had to. This one gets really interesting here because she had a lot of tattoos, and the police said that they actually identified her by her tattoos. However, they didn't supposedly know her. So that's where some of this background, some of the things that the police were talking about knew that they shouldn't have known, and they did, but then they didn't do anything about it. Some of that stuff kind of all goes around the cases. Had to get a drink. Yes, I believe that is what they finally determined. The only thing they could say as far as the cause of death was that she was beaten. She was found by someone named Jamie Trahan. Now, Jamie said that he found her in the morning as he was driving somewhere, and he saw her in the road, and he called 911 or the police or whatever he did, because um, they don't really say. He just called the police and told them that he had found this body. However, that is not actually what happened, and he actually admits that's not what happened after he is found out. He admits that he was with someone else, but he doesn't admit that he found the body with them. He says he found the body the next day. He sticks to that. But he does say that he was with someone, and that someone was his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law and his wife, Jamie's sister, were at the motel having a party for their anniversary. And they left there with Jamie, and Jamie drove down Bobby Road. And when he turned onto the road, he took this really wide turn, and he just kept going. He didn't stop. He didn't do anything. He just kept going. Well, the lights flashed on this body. And the brother-in-law said, "I think that was a body." And Jamie said, "No, it was a deer." Well, they'd all been drinking, so nobody really did anything about it. They called it in, and then Jamie called it in the next morning. And the brother-in-law said there's no way that Jamie would have swung as wide as he did if he hadn't known that body was there. Plus, they saw it. So he's lying because they saw it. And he's saying he didn't, but they did. Now, the rumor was that Jamie Trahan was running drugs and other things for Ricky Richard. So the next thing that happens after Kristen is found, after Whitney is found, is that Hannah Connor and Ricky Richard get arrested. And they're arrested for second-degree murder of Kristen Gary Lopez. And they're in jail for about a week or so, and then the charges are dropped. So that's kind of the setup. We've got, at this point, several murders. What's that, 4? I think that's 4. By May of 2007, there's 4. And there's 8 of them. So we're only about halfway into these. And now there's all of this talk about a serial killer or something, and everything starts to really ramp up. But the police are not talking to the families. They're not talking to the families. Thank you, Tank. I'm going to go do that right now. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I know that that means something to you, Rudy. I just don't know what it is. I know this is a language of yours. I know this is something that you do, but I can't help you because I don't know what it is. Oh, I dropped one. Hold on, y'all. I dropped a pill. Oh, shoot. I heard it hit. Well, there you go. Sorry, y'all. Give me a minute. I don't want Serge to get it. Whatever it is. Oh, crap. Can't find it. Well, there's a bee. Found it, I think. Is that it? Nope, something else. Oh, crud. Oh. Well, let's just hope it wasn't my tramadol. I didn't find it. Found an eyelet. Guess I'll have to find it later. Hi, Matt. It is hell. I heard it drop, though. I'm shaking my shirt to see if it fell in there. I shook his blanket out. I don't know. It won't hurt to miss just one, whatever it is. Hi, Rosie. Okay, I'm back. So, what I miss? Yes, I know. I know Fern is Rudy. Yes, I know that. Well, I'll tell you, if that's the case, Tank, I can tell you what we're going to do. And you go ahead. All right? Go ahead, Tank. Whistle. Remember whistle? Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Suzanne. I'm getting some crackers to have with my meds. I always just have a couple just to kind of wash everything down. How are you tonight? Mm-hmm. I have a carpet protector underneath my chair, and that's what it hit. It probably bounced. Mm. And I just vacuumed yesterday. It could have gone in my trash can right here. Hey, Mandy Moo, good to see you. Yeah, I might have to. I'll do it afterwards. It's okay. He's not going to eat it while I'm sitting here. Okay. So here's what I have to tell y'all. You guys ready? Do y'all remember I'm throwing that out. It was late last summer, sometime last summer, when I told y'all that the kid that was mowing grass, I call him a kid, but he's 40. I didn't realize he was 40. That was mowing grass for us and for, it helps get pills down, doesn't it, Rebecca? Yes. It's a big update, y'all. If you remember, I told you that, yes, it's the local crime. It is the local crime. Okay, let me focus here so I can tell you what happened. His name is Brian Johnson. So you can look that up. And actually, I might be able to play it for you. Give me just a second. And I will find it and I will play some video for you, okay? Here in a moment. Give me just a moment to pull some of this up. And I'm going to play this for you after I tell you what was going on. What? What you talking about? Oh, Brian Johnson. Yeah, I think that's right. But no, that's not who we're talking about. Dad and I still had him mowing our grass. I remember I had him in my phone. I had his phone number in my phone. I would pay him with Cash App. He would mow the grass, and then I would pay him. If I didn't go up and meet him and give him the cash, then I would give him Cash App, because that's the only way he had for me to do that way. And Dad and I were getting a weird feeling with him. Things had the vibe had changed. I know, Artie, and it is bad. It is bad. And the last time that we had a conversation with him, he brought wife over, and his wife had a little puppy dog with her. They'd gotten a new puppy. And anyway, they came and they sat on Dad's porch, and we talked, and he mowed the grass that day. And we had this conversation about how he had been in the service. I knew that he'd been in the service, in the Army. He'd actually been in Germany, which was interesting because, you know, Dad, when he was in the Air Force, we went to Germany over there. And yes, and I should have Artie, but you know what? He got this one over on me. He really did, because I was seeing something, and of course I didn't spend a lot of time with him. It's just mowing the grass and just spending that time. Hey, how you doing? Here's your money. How's it going? We had a baby, and I made this baby back when we were doing the Tara Grinstead case here on the channel. And I was doing the Tara blanket. I made the Tara blanket, and then I made a little sweater and a little hat to go with the sweater. And you can see the pictures on Facebook, either on my business page. I think that's where the pictures of that is. Matter of fact, I may still have it on my phone, but I'm not going to look for it because it takes me forever to find stuff. And I gave them the little set and told them congratulations. And last year, her 5-year-old little brother shot her in their house. Picked up a gun and killed that little girl. She was 13 or 14 months old, something like that. Serbs. It's making noise over there. I have to laugh or do something because it's so hard. If I had just known what was going on, if I had just known, I would have done something, you guys. The baby. Yes. So let me play. I can now play a video for you. Let me get it set up here. Hold on. I don't know, though, whether you're going to be able to hear this. So I'm going to have to pull this up on my phone as well. And I'm not sensationalizing this in any way, you guys. I spoke about this last year, and I wanted to give you an update only because it's important to me. It's important to me, and it's important that we talk about those things that, just like she said, go with your gut. If your gut is telling you, and Mr. Fiber was telling me, he was telling me I don't like that guy. He was telling me he's not doing a great job on the yard. I'd really rather get somebody else, but he didn't push me about it. And so I kept getting, because I couldn't go out and mow. But if I had known what was going on in their home, I would have said something. I know, but it means a lot to me that I learned from this, and that I say something, okay? So I just want you to understand where I'm coming at from telling you guys about this. It just kills me, and I'm so mad at them. I'm so mad. I'm mad at him, and I'm mad at the wife. And the wife is going to be next, but his trial was this week. Okay, now I'm going to play this. I don't know. I'm going to try to play it here. And if you can't hear it, then I'm going to play it on my phone. So y'all tell me. I know, Matt, but it still kills me. It does. All right, I'm going to turn this up, and I'm going to turn it on. And y'all tell me if you can hear it, okay? Hold on. Now, could you hear that? Tell me if you could hear it. Somebody. Have to wait for it to come up here. Okay. Let me run it back. Thank you, you guys. Give me a sec. All right, here we go.
15-month-old girl fatally shot by her 5-year-old sibling who found a loaded gun in the home in Knox City will soon face a judge and jury for charges related to that child's death.
40-year-old Brian Johnson was indicted in June for criminally negligent homicide and endangering a child stemming from the toddler's death. Police say her 5-year-old brother shot her with a loaded handgun, hitting her in the arm and chest at point-blank range in the early morning hours of March 28th of last year, ultimately resulting in her death.
The trial is set to begin on Monday. Josh Hoggard's been following this case, and he joins us now. Josh, what can we expect next week?
Well, the death of Alicia Johnson last year in Knox City broke the community's heart. Based on court documents, the trial may reveal an even more tragic picture of what really happened. Transcripts from Johnson's civil case suggest the 3 surviving children were in the Knox City home that night. A responding officer said it smelled like sewage, with no running water and an infestation of roaches. Court documents also suggest that authorities found not just 1, but 11 guns in the home, several loaded, with 3 in the immediate vicinity of those 3 kids. The kids have been in custody of CPS since that day. All 3 are potential witnesses in the trial, as is Angelia Mae Smith, the 30-year-old mother of the children. She's facing the same charges as Johnson, pending the outcome of this trial. Now, both charges carry a maximum punishment of 2 years in state jail, but prosecutors indicated they're seeking an enhanced punishment range due to prior convictions. So he could be facing up to 20 total years, and it will all depend on the verdict of the 12 men and women chosen to sit on that jury. And that process will get going on Monday morning, with opening statements expected to start later that afternoon.
All right, Josh, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for that report.
Okay. Could you guys hear any of that? I know you guys were just reading. You were reading, but I didn't know if you could hear my phone. He didn't get 20 years. He got 2. He got 2. So I was going to go. However, I just couldn't. And I didn't know what they were going to show. I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know who they were going to have on for either side. So I couldn't go. And I know what benches they have. I have been in the courthouse. I served on as an alternate on the grand jury there. And I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to handle those seats. You know what I mean? So it started Monday and it ended Tuesday. Dolores went. When it started Monday afternoon, they chose a jury on Monday morning, and they started the actual trial, Monday afternoon. And Dolores, who sits with my dad, went over after she got through with my dad. Her son was supposed to be on the jury, and he did not get chosen. But she wanted to be there to see what happened, and she got in trouble. Dolores got in trouble because I was talking about going, and she said, if you go, she says, you have to turn your watch off, because mine was going off, and the judge stopped and said, is that someone's electronic device? She got in trouble. But anyway, they did the interview that the police had with him, and I wish I could find that. I probably never ever will find that interview, so I'm sad that I did not get to see that. I would have liked to have seen his interview. They had the police, they had the nurse from the hospital come. They the 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 our deputy from Knox City. Our deputy came and showed up when she called 911, and the deputy came and he took her in his car. They did not wait for the ambulance. He loaded her up with his car, and he took her it's just a block or two down to the hospital from where they live. Seriously, it's right around the corner from the hospital. Brian was not home. The mother was home. The other 3 kids were in the front room. That included another little girl, the 5-year-old little boy, and the little girl who was shot. The mother and the 8-year-old son were in her bedroom. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, and they were all awake. These kids had, at least the 8-year-old, had school the next day. No idea why they were up and walking around and doing whatever they were doing. The 5-year-old took the gun out of the drawer and went over and shot the sister. The other sister picked her up and was holding her. She was covered in blood when they got there. It went through her chest and her arm. They took her, like I said, when the mother came in and picked her up, and then when she realized what had happened, because they heard this pop, she says, like she doesn't know what a gun is. And the deputy took her and the baby. They loaded. Everybody went. They went to the hospital. They had to check everybody out. All the kids went to CPS, excuse me. Yes, Matt. Yes, Matt, you are very correct. But I'm not done yet. I am so not. I'm just going to keep talking because I got to get through what's in my head here. He wasn't home. He met them at the hospital. When they went into the house, you heard what they said about the conditions. There were 11 guns in the house. 5 of them were loaded with a bullet in the chamber. On day 2 of the trial, on that Tuesday, CPS was interviewed on the stand, and CPS said that they told him that they had been to the house, and they told him that he needed to lock the guns up, and he said he would. So CPS is off the hook, right? They're off the hook. They did what they were supposed to do. Where in the hell was the family? She was working at the care. They were working at the care home. If something happens with my dad, he ain't never going to that care home. I can tell you that. If they don't do a better job of screening the people that they have, not happening. He's not going there. No, he already knows that anyway. That's why he has his own house. That's why we have a shower where we can put him in a chair and we can move him into the shower and out, where I can take care of him at home when something happens to him. There were times I know that they said they were both working at the care home at the same time. Those kids had to stay with somebody. His mother and father live here. If I had known, I would have said something. I just wish I'd known. He has a record. He has a record from Illinois. Now, I am not paying for any of those services in order to find all this stuff out because it doesn't matter now. But he has a record. He was in the service. So I don't know whether his record was when he was in the service or when he got out of the service or how he was in the service. Maybe it wasn't federal. Maybe it wasn't a federal offense, whatever happened. But I don't understand if he had a record why he had guns. The whole thing makes me very mad. Just makes me very mad. There's another. I will play you the next one here. Hold on. I gotta find it now. I gotta find it on my phone. It happens every day, you guys. Every day.
And the state rests its case this afternoon. Trial of Brian Johnson in Knox County. He's charged with criminally negligent homicide and endangering a child after the fatal shooting of his 1-year-old daughter back in March. Digital reporter Josh Hoggart is live from the courthouse now to tell about today's proceedings.
Well, after just 2 hours of testimony yesterday and 2 more this morning, the state has rested in the trial of Brian Johnson for the fatal shooting of his 1-year-old daughter last March. Proceedings resumed at 9 this morning with a medical examiner testifying to the autopsy results, followed by a DPS firearms expert whose testimony confirmed the bullet that led to the child's death came from a loaded gun that belonged to Johnson. Then 2 caseworkers from CPS were called to the stand. They explained they went over firearm safety with Johnson and that he acknowledged that he would store his guns unloaded and away from ammunition. With that, the state rested its case. Then Leanne Marsh, Johnson's attorney, stated her intention to question Johnson's wife and co-defendant in this case, Angelia Smith. And Smith's attorney brought up her right to invoke the Fifth Amendment. Now, the jury is set to return to the courtroom any moment now, where we'll find out whether or not Smith will indeed take the stand. Reporting from Knox County, I'm Josh Hoggard.
All right, Josh, thank you for that report. Now, for more details about the trial today, Josh Hoggard will be going more in-depth later tonight in KFDA News at 6. And you'll also be able to find a full recap of the day's proceedings over on TexHomesHomepage.com.
So she pled the fifth. She would not testify against him. Now, he was charged with the felony, second-degree felony murder, and this was not regular manslaughter. This was unintentional manslaughter. And the maximum for that is 2 years. It's 180 days to 2 years. And then the maximum for endangering a child is 180 days to 2 years. So he could have gotten a maximum of 4 years on the charges. Me too, Pam. It just the whole thing pisses me off. Every bit of it pisses me off. And I don't know whether I would have had any more information if I had gone as to why he only got 2 years. But listen to this. Not only did he do that, but this judge, he stood up in front of her when he got, now she could have gone for the extended, but she didn't. For some reason, she didn't go for the extended, which would have given him the 20 years. And she didn't go for that. So that's all the jury could give him. So it's not the jury. Understand, the jury had nothing to do with that part. They found him guilty, and they gave him as much as they could give him. He stood in front of her and asked her not to send him to prison, that he wanted to stay in the Knox County jailhouse because this next month coming up will be a CPS hearing for his children, and he wants to go to the CPS hearing. Okay, so he wasn't home. So he wasn't home when it happened. But he did not do his due diligence. Our judge is a traveling judge. Our judge is a district judge. We live in the small enough town, small enough counties, small enough whatever, that she covers a lot of ground. And so these things happen. That's why, like, it was last year, and now it's coming up because it went to the grand jury, and the grand jury sorted out who is going to be charged with everything, and then they get everything loaded, and then she comes down for so many days out of the month and does trial. So we'll see what happens with her. But it's been rough. I just don't know. I lose my complete perspective with the system. And I don't understand. Just don't understand. But I'll guarantee you, I would have definitely done something. If I knew what they were living in, I would have done something. So that's the update. They need to never be around children again. Ever. Theirs or anybody else's. The judge is going to allow him to stay here until that CPS meeting. And then he'll go off. And then he's dead. Yes, and don't even get me started because that's not the one I would have voted for. But anyway, this one is actually appointed. Yeah, I know. But I consider myself much better of a... Good night, Annie. Thank you so much for coming. I was really hoping for the 20 years. Yeah, that's what everybody is saying, Tina, and I sure as hell hope not. I know. And I keep telling myself that. So anyway, I don't know if you guys had asked me anything. If you have a question about this, please feel free to ask me now because I was ranting and I missed it all. And that is it right there. If I had known, I would. Hello, Bridget. Hello. How are you, Jeannie? I missed you coming in. Hello, everybody. I really wanted to go, but I just couldn't. There's a lot of reasons why I couldn't, but well, Dad was not happy with how he was mowing the yard. He didn't know all of this. He's only lived here for a year now, just over a year. So he didn't really know him, and he didn't really, but we had kind of a bad, like I said, we had a bad vibe. So I really don't know. I haven't had any information. All I know is those kids are all in CPS. And again, they're going to have a hearing this month for the kids. I don't know where that's going to be. And I also don't know when her trial is going to be. So we shall wait and see. Thank you, Bridget. Did you send me something? Yay. I can't wait to see it. I'm right there with you on that, Joan. Something. I don't know, but I was all set to go on Tuesday morning, and I couldn't go. I just couldn't go. Jolene. How are you tonight? I was thinking about you last couple days, Jolene. I hope you're all right. I don't know. I don't know where the kids are. I will do my best, you guys, if I find out what has happened with the children. I will let you know. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's exactly right, Mandy. Actually, Leanie, I think it's more like I didn't want him to see me, to have the satisfaction of seeing me there since I knew him. But obviously I didn't know him. Okay, y'all, I didn't hang out with this guy, but you know what I'm saying. I think that was part of it. Yes. Hi, Patty. Yeah, there is that, Patty, right? She's in the other room with the 8-year-old. Everybody's up at 1 o'clock in the morning on a school night, and she's not doing anything about it. The kid has the ability to walk out over and get into the kitchen drawer, take the gun out of the kitchen drawer, and go back down. And how does all this happen in her house and her not know it? I can't. Okay, Matt. Okay. And Matt, you and I and Rebecca are going to have another visit. I just don't know when right now. I'm going to try to get back tomorrow night, you guys, so that Mr. Fiber tells me I will be back in time to do Saturday night. We're just going to go and go have breakfast, and then we're going to go to the record store. We're going to the record store, Matt. And then I don't know where else we're going. There is no Joann's in Wichita Falls, so we're not going there. So I don't know what all that we are going to do, but we're going to just go and enjoy and have a date day, and enjoy each other. And we always laugh. I can knit while he drives. Drives there and he drives back. I knit going. Dad drove going to Abilene today, and I got to knit. I was working on a hat. Oh, I finished the sweater, you guys. Do you guys want to see the sweater? Hold on. It turned out so good. Look at that. I really have an idea for this, y'all. You know, as much as I love the patterning on this, okay? I love the patterning. Thank you. This is the commission. This one's going to Louisiana. I've been thinking that we could do this and not do this pattern, and it would be faster. So I'm going to start working on doing just a straight garter stitch version of this. What do you guys think? I do. I like the patterning on it too, but it takes me a month to do one. See, the way this one goes, it has the lines going down it. And then these lines are going across on the lapel part, on the ribbing. But this is just straight garter here on the sleeves. The sleeves and the pockets are straight garter stitch. So what do you guys think? I'm going to work on that and doing it in all garter. But it turned out so good. And I finished the poncho. We figure out where it goes. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one. I mean, I love it, but I'm not sure about how to wear it. It doesn't fit me the same way that it fit her. This is the Pretty Peaceful Poncho. I used her version to make this one, but I'm calling mine the Moody Menagerie Poncho because I did some lace stitch in there. Hers was all double crochets all the way down. And I did mine with the lace. And I'll show you guys how I did it. We can make another one, okay? This is the Big Twist Menagerie yarn. And I'll give you all the deets, I promise. And this is 3 of them. I use 3. Good night, Joan. Feel better. Hang in there. But there's 3 of them. It's very easy. It's a very easy pattern. This is what I have left. It's Big Twist Menagerie. And these are the ones I have left. I used the other 3 that I got. So. Okay. This is what I was working on, and I have an idea for this. This is I was working on this. I had just finished the ribbing, so I did this much driving with Dad today. This one is Grover, Cookie Monster. This one's Cookie Monster. And my idea with this now, I'm going to try and see how it works out, but I'm thinking about not doing all of the decreases. I think that I will do decreases down to however much I have on, I can do with keeping the stitches on here, and then just cinching the top and making it kind of a long, elongated hat. That's what I think I'm going to do with those, and that way I can get through those hats a little bit faster too. Anyway, okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Sorry. Who came in? Hi, Emily. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly what you do. It's the Pretty Peaceful Poncho is the gist of it, okay? She has a video showing you how to make it. She uses Lion Brand Mandala yarn, and it's a free download on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. All I did was wherever the mood struck me, which is why I'm calling it a moody menagerie. Wherever the mood struck me, I did a lace stitch instead. And that just made it, I just got through the rows a lot faster. Yeah, it's a good colorway. I'm enjoying working with this one. This one's fun. I think that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing to wear it, is to curl that down a little bit. Ponchos are your thing? Yeah. I tell you all, I'm so sad about this menagerie. The latest and greatest from Joanne before they went out, you know? Oh, well. It is what it is. Thank you. Let me put... Who is... Oh, okay. If you go to Pretty Peaceful on YouTube, that's wrong. If you remember, I did the, well, that's the one that's behind me is one of hers. That's her. Thank you. She did this one. This is the why have I forgotten the words? It's the halo. Y'all help me with this. I can't remember what the yarn is. The Colorama halo. That's what this is. It's two of them. And she called this one Pashmina. This is her Pashmina wrap done in the mini C2C. Same channel. There it is. Thank you, Bree. Oh, you saved me. Yes, Colorama Halo. That's it. Thank you. Oh, it fell, didn't it? She has some very fun things, and they're not hard to make. I have her book. You made the blanket. Okay, which blanket, Suzanne? The one I have saved. I have it in the closet, and I have the Granny Square yarn to do her blanket with the Granny Square yarn. That's the one I'm going to do. Yeah, the Southwestern stuff. She's so wonderful. She hasn't done anything for a little while, but I have her book, and I'm going to do her blanket out of the book. I forget what that's called, like Wind River or something like that. Anyway, she has all of the measurements, okay? Yes, but it's not Pashmina yarn. She uses mandala, the Colorama. Yeah. It's on your wish list? Oh my goodness. You know what? If you guys want, I should order another one and we'll do a giveaway with it, because that would be fun. That would be a fun book to do a giveaway on. I'll have to do that. Yes, she's on YouTube. But the pattern, the poncho is on Ravelry, and it's a free pattern to download. That's the video. Thank you, Bree. And she's fun. You want to do the shawl? Mm-hmm. Yep. I forget her name. Sarah? I don't know. I'd have to go get the book. And I don't know where it's at right now. Kennedy. The last name is Kennedy. Give me a sec. I'll tell you exactly. It's Crochet Southwest Spirit by Susan Kennedy. There it is. Thank you. I love you, honey. I love you. Hug the boys for me. I love you, Oliver. I love you, Solomon. Yep, that's her, Susan Kennedy. You can find her on Ravelry, and they're free pattern downloads. Anyway, it has all the measurements, like how many you do. I think I did 240 across, and I ran out of yarn. I was trying to do 50 rows, and I only did 42, which is the number for the universe, if you know the reference for that one. The universe and everything, 42. That's the number of the universe and everything. Who knows what that's a reference to? Come on, Matt, help me. I'm sure you know what that is, 42. Yes, there we go. It's gushing. It's a beautiful book. Nobody knows that reference. Oh my gosh. Anyway. What? Like sneezing or what? Yes, I knew you'd know. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yes, I knew you would know. That's fun. Joyce knew it too. My geeky friends are here. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I'd take 42. That's when I met Mr. Fiber. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah, y'all, if you want to do a side read, go for it. But just watch the movie. Don't leave home without your towel. Here's a funny story. Then I'm going to go. Okay, you guys. Here's a funny story. I was at Chelsea's, and she lived in Metairie, which is on the south side near New Orleans, right? Went to Walmart out on Veterans Boulevard, way down out on Veterans Boulevard. The sky opened up and it poured down, and getting from my car, I mean, you could hear, it was like the roof was coming off. It was coming down so hard in there. And I was like, okay. And I kind of waited, ran out to the car. I was completely dripping with rain, but I had a towel in the car. I was like, don't leave home without your towel. It works. Just so y'all know, it works. What happened? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I guess you can't use that yarn. I'm glad you're all right. And that too. Yeah, Dave's not here, man. I know that one too. I know that one too. Okay, you guys. I'm going to go. Thank you guys for letting me rant tonight and getting that out of my system. You don't know what it means to me to be able to let that go now and to tell you guys how I felt and to let it go. I have to let it go. I will keep you updated as things go. If they surely now they are going to talk about when she's on trial. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I will feel more like going. I don't know. It's just Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Uh, uh, it helped me so much, you guys, and I so appreciate it. Oh, cool. You got me. I don't know. What book has a New Orleans graveyard? The Big Easy? That's just a guess because I really don't know. The Big Easy is all I'm coming up with. Yes, I've got you all as invested as I am now, don't I? Naomi, you take care of yourself. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know it's going to be hard to know what to do with yourself now, but it'll be okay. Come hang out with us anytime. Gracie, love you, my friend. Hi, Terry. I didn't say hi to you and anybody else who was watching tonight. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate it all. I'm going to play the member deal for you guys again, and so we can say goodnight, and I'll see you all tomorrow night, okay? Bye, everybody. Have fun today.